I need to speak with the real captain. The passenger's voice was loud enough to carry through the first-class cabin as Senior Flight Attendant Monica Rodriguez tried to calm an irate businessman. This Hispanic pilot can't possibly be qualified to fly this aircraft. I demand to speak with someone who actually knows what they're doing. Captain Carlos Martinez heard every word from the cockpit door where he'd been conducting his pre-flight passenger briefing. At 38, he was one of the youngest captains at Continental Airways, and despite his credentials, still faced occasional prejudice from passengers who had assumptions about what airline captains should look like. "Sir, Captain Martinez is fully qualified and certified," Monica replied professionally, though her discomfort was obvious. "I assure you that all our pilots meet the highest standards." "Standards?" The passenger's voice rose. "Look at him. He's probably some diversity hire who got promoted too fast. I've been flying for 30 years, and I know experience when I see it. Get me a real pilot, or I'm getting off this plane." Monica looked helplessly at Captain Martinez, clearly expecting him to simply retreat to the cockpit and let her handle the situation. What neither the passenger nor the flight attendant knew was that the diversity hire they were dismissing was a former Navy Top Gun instructor who'd graduated first in his class from the Naval Flight Training Command, earned the Navy Achievement Medal for Aviation Excellence, and had served as a test pilot for experimental aircraft programs requiring security clearances that few military officers ever achieved. It was Captain Carlos Martinez's first year with Continental Airways. The transition from Navy to commercial aviation hadn't been easy. 12 years of military aviation, FA-18 Super Hornet pilot, aircraft carrier operations, Top Gun instructor. Prestigious background. But the civilian world meant starting over. Commercial pilot license, type ratings, airline procedures. Learning everything anew. Adapting from military precision to customer service. At 38, he was one of Continental's youngest captains. Most pilots became captains in their 50s. Martinez's military experience had made accelerated progression possible, but his young appearance, Hispanic heritage, and recent hire status occasionally created challenges. Monica Rodriguez was a 15-year senior flight attendant. She was accustomed to protecting her position in the corporate hierarchy. She enjoyed challenging new captains' authority. Continental Airways' corporate culture was very different from the military. Customer service focus, passenger satisfaction metrics, brand image management. In the military, mission success was clear. Safety, precision, objective completion. In commercial aviation, there were competing priorities. Safety, schedule, customer satisfaction, profitability. Monica was an expert in this system. Passenger management, complaint handling, crew politics. 15 years of experience had taught her company dynamics. New captains went through a vulnerability period, learning company procedures, developing passenger relations, earning crew respect. Monica typically tested authority during this phase. New captains rarely pushed back, protecting their careers. Martinez was different. Military bearing, quiet confidence, professional demeanor. He didn't respond to intimidation. Monica was frustrated. Her normal tactics weren't working. Flight 447, Chicago to Los Angeles. 180 passengers, full load. Business travelers, families, vacation passengers. The pre-flight routine began normally. Martinez was doing his cabin walkthrough, passenger greeting, safety assessment. In first class sat Mr. Richard Blackwood, 55, a corporate executive. Expensive suit, arrogant demeanor, clear entitlement issues. When Martinez approached, Blackwood was immediately uncomfortable. "Are you the pilot?" Condescending tone. "Yes, sir, Captain Martinez. Happy to serve you tonight." Blackwood's facial expression cooled. Hispanic name, young appearance, professional confidence. It didn't fit his expectations. "How much experience do you have?" Suspicious questioning. 12 years military aviation, 2 years commercial, current type rating for this aircraft. "Military? Which branch?" "Navy, sir." Blackwood gave a dismissive laugh. "Navy pilot. Probably some transport job." Wrong assumption. Monica came to assess the situation. She wanted to avoid a passenger complaint. "Sir," Monica addressed Blackwood, "the captain is fully qualified, FAA certified, company approved. Look, Blackwood spoke louder. I fly 200,000 miles per year. I know experienced pilots when I see them. Other passengers began paying attention. This kid probably got promoted through some diversity program. I want someone with real experience flying this aircraft. Monica was uncomfortable. The discrimination was open, but passenger satisfaction was the priority. Perhaps, Monica looked at Martinez, another captain is available. The suggestion was clear. Avoid conflict, appease the passenger. Martinez remained calm. Military training had prepared him for such situations. Ma'am, Martinez spoke to Monica in a professional tone. I am the qualified captain assigned to this flight. Blackwood interrupted. I don't care about qualifications on paper. I care about real experience. Look, kid, Blackwood became aggressive. I've been flying since before you were born. I know aviation. Real pilots don't look like you. Real pilots have gray hair, thousands of hours, American names. The racist comment was now open, undeniable. Monica was silent, unsure how to handle this. Other passengers were uncomfortable, some filming with their phones. Martinez controlled his breathing. He remembered from SEER training. Maintain composure, assess the situation, respond strategically. Sir, Martinez spoke in a calm voice, my appearance doesn't determine my qualifications. Qualifications? Blackwood gave a mocking laugh. What qualifications? Some military transport job? Flying cargo planes? I bet you never flew real aircraft. Just some diversity hire who got fast-tracked. That crossed the professional line. Martinez had a decision to make, retreat or educate. Professional dignity demanded a response. Mr. Blackwood, Martinez stepped forward, his voice still calm but authority evident. You asked about my qualifications. Happy to share. Monica gave him a warning look. Don't escalate. Martinez ignored her. The passenger needed education. Naval Flight Training Command, Pensacola. Graduated first in my class. Blackwood was dismissive. Flight school. Everyone graduates flight school. FA-18 Super Hornet pilot. Aircraft carrier operations. Pause. Even Blackwood realized the FA-18 wasn't a transport plane. Carrier qualified. Arrested landings. Catapult launches. Other passengers started listening. The FA-18 was an impressive aircraft. Naval Aviation Squadron, V, FA-31, deployed USS Abraham Lincoln. Monica realized the situation was changing. Martinez wasn't backing down. Combat deployments, Blackwood challenged, but with less confidence. 3 combat tours, Iraq, Afghanistan, classified operations. Air-to-air missions, close air support, reconnaissance. Passengers gathered closer. A real military pilot story was emerging. 97 combat sorties. 0 friendly fire incidents. Mission success rate 100%. Blackwood's facial expression was changing. This wasn't the diversity hire narrative. Awards, Navy Achievement Medal, Air Medal with 3 gold stars, Combat Action Ribbon. Monica was now understanding. Martinez wasn't an ordinary pilot. Navy Cross recommendation for combat action. Saved grounded Marines under enemy fire. Silence. The Navy Cross was nearly the highest military decoration. After combat tours, selected for Top Gun. Collective passenger gasp. Everyone knew Top Gun. Top Gun? An elderly passenger asked. Like the movie? Naval Strike Fighter Tactics Instructor Program, Fallon, Nevada, Martinez explained. Real Top Gun. Train the best Navy pilots in air combat tactics. Blackwood was completely silent now. Top Gun meant aviation elite. 2 years instructor duty, taught air-to-air combat, weapons employment, tactical flying. Graduated students, future squadron commanders, test pilots, Blue Angels. Monica was impressed, despite herself. The Blue Angels were the Navy's premier flight demonstration team. After instructor duty, selected for test pilot program. Test pilot, a businesswoman in seat 3A asked, experimental aircraft development, flying prototypes, evaluating new systems. Test pilot school is the most elite military aviation assignment. Flew aircraft that are still classified. Next-generation fighters, unmanned systems. Blackwood realized he was criticizing an actual aviation elite. Flight hours, someone asked. 4,200 total. 2,800 in FA-18. 1,400 in experimental aircraft. Aircraft carrier landings? A young passenger was curious. 847 arrested landings. Day, night, adverse weather. Martinez explained, aircraft carrier landing is the most challenging aviation operation. Moving runway, no go-around possible. Approach speed, 145 knots. Precise glide path required. Miss the arresting wire, potential catastrophe. Passengers were understanding the difficulty. Carrier landing was the ultimate pilot skill test. Night carrier operations, especially dangerous. No visual references, instruments only. Military pilot training, Martinez continued, emphasizes emergency procedures, system failures, combat damage. Commercial aviation is safer, but military training provides emergency management skills. Blackwood was starting to understand. Military pilot meant superior training background. Monica realized Martinez's credentials far exceeded those of normal commercial pilots. Mr. Blackwood, Martinez addressed him directly, you questioned my qualifications based on appearance. My appearance doesn't determine flight experience, combat record, or technical knowledge. Hispanic heritage doesn't reduce aviation skills. Young appearance doesn't eliminate combat experience. Professional, educational tone. No anger, just facts. The military evaluates merit, not ethnicity. Combat doesn't care about a pilot's background. Enemy aircraft don't discriminate. Surface-to-air missiles target skill, not skin color. Other passengers were understanding the message. Your assumption about real pilots is based on stereotypes, not aviation competence. Would you prefer a less qualified pilot who looks right over a combat veteran with superior training? Blackwood was speechless. The logic was undeniable. Monica was witnessing education in real time. Ladies and gentlemen, Martinez addressed all passengers. Commercial aviation benefits from military pilot training. Precision, discipline, emergency response. Military skills transferred directly. Many airline captains are military veterans. The training pipeline provides experienced pilots. Your safety tonight is protected by the same skills used in combat zones. An FA-18 pilot, Martinez continued, is trained for the most demanding aviation environment. Aircraft carrier operations require perfection. No margin for error. Combat missions demand split-second decisions, system management under stress. Commercial flight is routine by comparison, but military training provides capabilities for any emergency. Passengers were appreciating the education. Aviation expertise was explained clearly. Blackwood was understanding. Military pilot meant superior safety protection. Mr. Blackwood, Martinez gave his final address. Airline pilots are held to the highest standards regardless of background. FAA certification requires knowledge tests, practical exams, medical clearance, type rating for each aircraft, recurrent training every 6 months, simulator training, emergency procedures, crew resource management. Military or civilian background, same certification requirements. My responsibility tonight, safe transport of 180 passengers. Military training enhances capability, but professional standards are universal. Your safety is my priority, regardless of personal opinions about my qualifications. Professional conclusion. Education complete, dignity maintained. Monica was impressed by Martinez's handling. He'd transformed confrontation into a teaching moment. Blackwood was defeated, educated, potentially transformed. After passengers settled, Monica approached Martinez privately. Captain, I owe you an apology. For what? Suggesting you step aside. I should have supported your authority. Martinez was understanding. Corporate culture is challenging, balancing customer service with professional dignity. But you handled it perfectly. Educational, not confrontational. Mr. Blackwood learned something. Other passengers learned something. And I learned something, Monica admitted. Your military background. Impressive. I didn't understand the significance. Most flight attendants don't interact with combat veterans. Now I understand why you're the youngest captain. Qualifications speak louder than age. Professional respect was developing. Flight 447 proceeded perfectly. Smooth takeoff, comfortable cruise, professional service. Martinez demonstrated competence through performance. Precise flying, clear communication, passenger confidence. During cruise, several passengers approached the cockpit. "Captain, thank you for the education about military aviation. Didn't realize Top Gun was a real program. Feel safer knowing your background." Even Blackwood approached during descent. "Captain Martinez, I apologize for my earlier comments. I made assumptions based on prejudice. Your qualifications are clearly superior. Thank you for your patience. And thank you for your professional handling." Transformation complete. Landing in Los Angeles was smooth, professional. Passengers departed with appreciation. Monica was helping with the passenger goodbye process. "Captain Martinez," an elderly passenger said, "best flight I've experienced. Knowing your background gave me confidence. Military service is appreciated. A young girl with her parents. Are you a real Top Gun pilot?" Martinez smiled. "Real Navy pilot. Top Gun is a real school. Maybe you can be a pilot too someday." An inspiration moment. Monica was watching the transformation. Martinez had earned passenger respect through competence and dignity. Corporate lesson: authentic authority trumps superficial image. The following week, Continental Airways received exceptional passenger feedback about Flight 447. Multiple compliments about Captain Martinez's professionalism, education, safety. Several passengers specifically mentioned learning about military aviation's contribution to commercial safety. Monica included positive feedback in her crew report. Captain Martinez handled discrimination professionally, educated passengers about military aviation value. Transformed potential conflict into positive experience. Company management took note. Martinez was receiving recognition for crisis management and passenger education. The flight operations manager met with Martinez. Exceptional handling last week. Could become a training example for other crews. Military background is an asset, not a liability. 6 months later, Continental Airways partnered with veterans organizations for pilot recruitment. A military-to-commercial transition program was developed. Martinez consulted on the curriculum. Translating combat experience to civilian aviation. Training included handling discrimination, educating passengers about military aviation value. Monica was promoted to lead flight attendant. She was recommended for veteran pilot support training. Working with Captain Martinez taught me about military aviation excellence. Combat pilots bring superior skills to commercial operations. The company benefits from veteran recruitment. Blackwood became an advocacy supporter. He wrote a letter to Continental commending Martinez. "Captain Martinez changed my perspective about military pilots. Discrimination is based on ignorance. Education solved prejudice." 2 years later, Martinez was promoted to check airman, training other pilots. He specialized in military transition training, helping veterans adapt combat skills to the commercial environment. Military precision, Martinez told new veteran pilots, translates directly to commercial safety. Combat experience provides emergency management capabilities that civilian training can't match. Your background is an advantage, not a limitation. Monica transferred to the Veteran Pilot Support Program. Military pilots, Monica explained to new flight attendants, bring unique capabilities. Combat veterans possess situational awareness, crisis management, technical expertise. Supporting veteran pilots serves passenger safety. A partnership developed between flight crews, with mutual respect established. 5 years later, Continental Airways Military Pilot Recruitment Program became a national model. 25% of new hire pilots were military veterans. Safety record improved, passenger satisfaction increased. Martinez was named Chief Pilot Training, specializing in veteran integration. Military aviation, Martinez addressed an aviation conference, provides unmatched preparation for commercial flying. Combat experience develops decision-making under pressure, system management during emergencies. Discrimination based on appearance wastes talent and endangers safety. The aviation industry benefits when merit is valued over stereotypes. Blackwood attended the conference as an advocate. Captain Martinez taught me that professional competence transcends personal biases. Military pilots protect our safety through superior training. Judging pilots by appearance rather than ability is a passenger safety risk. Monica was flight training manager for veteran support. Military transition pilots, Monica concluded, enhance commercial aviation through combat-proven skills. Industry strength comes from veteran contribution. Professional competence transcends appearance, age, or background. Military aviation training provides unmatched preparation for commercial flying. Discrimination based on stereotypes wastes talent and potentially endangers safety. Captain Carlos Martinez learned to fly and lead in combat in the Navy. Commercial aviation taught him about earning respect and maintaining professional dignity. Monica Rodriguez learned about challenging discrimination and recognizing veteran pilot value. Sometimes the greatest victory is not defeating prejudice, but transforming it into understanding. Sometimes the best education comes from those who've proven themselves under fire.